Hi Christine, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thanks for having us today here, and glad to be having this conversation and talking around your work and your research work and around disability space. Before we delve into a lot more of your work, could you just give us a broader understanding of your background and your experience and your landing into the sector?
Okay, so I've been working in the field of intellectual disability now for 30 odd years. My background by training and education is as a social worker. I worked as a social worker in the intellectual disability field many years ago, and then I did a PhD about older people with intellectual disabilities, which at that time was a very new topic because people were only just living longer than their parents. And since then, I've been at La Trobe now for 26 years, doing basically research around the social inclusion of people with intellectual disabilities. But it's a very unique type of research, I think. It's not theoretical, it's empirical, and the aim is to try and understand how do we turn grand visions of policy, which we've had in Australia for a long time, into practice and programs. So how do we make social inclusion actually work on the ground for people with intellectual disabilities? And I've sort of research in that area, and then developed through cycles of research. So I started off doing a lot of ethnographic, very descriptive research about people's experiences, observing, seeing how things work, and then conceptualising that into models of culture, models of practice, and then understanding how you embed those into services, and then developing evidence-based training materials from that research and using those and continuing to understand how services can improve the quality of what they do. So I followed that research cycle where you do exploratory research that's very qualitative, and then you turn it into interventions, you test the interventions, and then you test the training, and then you work out how to embed them in a system.